Alright, yeah, it's back at it with another video, man. We're about to tune into when being tortured turned into a killer, I guess. So I guess we're gonna see what this is, but bro, if you like UFC, man, and I'm sorry for the long ass pause, but dude, everything that's happened in the fucking UFC world in the past couple of days has been wild. I'm not gonna go into it too much because I don't even know if anybody who views this video is gonna be into UFC. But bro, I really want to start getting more into like UFC content on my channel. But yeah, let's get into this video. Let's get into the video.
Rock you
Oh hell
till
no.
the breaks of rock you.
Yo, I hate when niggas put like a fucking remix version of a fucking song, nigga. Are you trying to make the song sound sexy or what are you doing, bro?
Man on the dog leash, man. Pardon me, Tim. Pardon me. I gotta go get this business. Oh, they got the man on the dog leash, y'all. The man on the dog leash. Look at this. It was going on in G2.
In this short clip you will see 17-year-old Cortez Barry the day before his birthday being tortured and humiliated by the gangster disciples.
Get it, boy.
GD. Oh Lord, they done got that nigga have a collar around his neck. Oh.
Man on the dog leash.
I'm not even gonna be one of those dudes that's like, hey man, that can never be me because one, I've never been in prison. And like the way that prison is, if I was personally in prison, bro, like I don't know, I feel like I would get got bad because I'm like, I feel like if I ever had to go to prison, I would be a quiet ass person. And I feel like the quiet ass people is the people they target. Like that's the fucking honey buns that the niggas take, bro. I feel like the only way you could go in prison, you just have to act crazy. Like it's like a like not a dream scenario, but like man, that was sitting there for a minute, boy. I had to like literally muscle that up. That tiny ass burp, that shit was sitting there. But if I ever had like in an alternate dimension where I did go to prison, I feel like I would just act crazy as hell. Like I'd act overly crazy. I'd be like, and like a nigga talk to me, I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm doing that shit every time because I'm telling you, I feel like if you act crazy, people are not gonna fuck with you. They're gonna fuck with you in the terms of like, hey man, they're gonna call you over probably. They're gonna like, they might dabble like some fucking what the famous Amos cookies over your face. They might smack you with that shit. They might do other shit, but like you're gonna be more of a laughing stock instead of a nigga that has to get a fucking collar put around his neck and drag down the stairs. I'm taking that any day of the week. Day of the week.
The man on the dog leash, y'all.
What did he do to make them niggas that mad? That's what I'm wondering though.
The man on the dog leash.
How the fuck do they? And last thing, how the fuck do they have a fucking phone and fuck? I don't understand how they smuggle them shits. Do the officers not be going in between prisons and checking that shit, bro? Dang, oh, Lord, they done smacked his ass with. Oh man,
Now,
that could be anybody's
how
brother,
did he
bro.
end up in this situation? Cortez Barry was 14 years old when he was arrested in connection with an 2011 armed robbery in Augusta, Georgia, in which two victims said four males approached them with firearms and demanded money. The suspects struck one person in the back of the head, stole the keys to a Ford F-150, and fled in the stolen pickup. Barry was charged with aggravated assault, theft of a motor vehicle, and robbery, but was sentenced to probation in juvenile court. But Barry's probation was revoked in November 2013 at age 16 for violating probation when he was arrested on burglary charges, and he was sent to prison for 8 years, 7 months, and 26 days. He was first sent to Augusta Youth Development Campus and was transferred to the Medium Security Correctional Facility when he turned 17. Department of Corrections statistics indicate in comparison to other Georgia prisons, Burress does not raise flags. The facility, which held 86 juveniles and reported no serious injuries or incidents the last fiscal year and confiscated just 31 cell phones. NBC News reported that more than
Holy shit.
13,500 phones were confiscated in Georgia's prison system in 2000.
And it's just like shit like this, man. This nigga, look at this guy, man. He is in jail. He got more fucking food than my ass. I'm telling you, they living better than me. he the only thing that these niggas are not living better than me at is being able to fucking go get pussy. But man, fuck it, man. These some of these dudes be in here so long, they don't give a fuck about pussy. They just care about man ass, bro. Like, look at this shit. He's rolling a whole fucking blunt. He got the fucking. He has the. I think that's the orange cream Fuego, Great Fuego Pop Tarts, all that shit. Nike ski, Nike full Nike outfit. I'm not gonna lie, this is a hard ass picture, bro. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I think I'm kind of mad because of the fact that this nigga is able to take a hard ass picture while he's in jail. The fuck?
2014, which amounts to about a cell phone for every 5 prisoners. Cell phones are often used to commit and plan crimes outside of prison, but also to incite violence and to extort family members who are incarcerated. Prison officials have installed equipment to scan visitors for cell phones and other electronics. But most of the time the guards are the ones smuggling the contraband into the prisons in exchange for cash or sex. The day before Cortez Barry turned 18, a group of gangster disciples approached Cortez. They told him, bro, you might as well go ahead and join the
Oh shit, that means they've been plotting on this nigga, boy. Oh no.
GDs because you're about to turn 18. At 18, he would be moved from the juvenile side of the prison to the adult areas of the prison. Barry refused to join. Then 7 to 8 boys jumped on him,
That's so fucked.
savagely beat him and choked him until he was unconscious. Before posting the viral photo of Cortez showed being held captive. The gang members called Barry's girlfriend from an untraceable phone number demanding $150 for the safety of Cortez. They hung up and minutes later, the men called back and demanded $300 but hung up before his girlfriend's mother could get the phone from her daughter to ask questions. Shortly after the calls, the girlfriend found the cell phone photo on Facebook of Barry beaten and being held captive in a cell. In the photo, Cortez Barry is shirtless and kneeling on the ground with his left eye swollen shut and 2 men standing behind.
Whoa, shit, man. Ah, shit. If his girl, like, and obviously, if anybody really loves you, they gonna still ride for you after that. But if his girlfriend's still with him after seeing some shit like this, boy, that has to be his wife. Cause oh shit, they got this nigga looking like a GTA cover, bro. That looks so bad. It's not even the eye shit. It's the collar around the neck for me, man.
Behind him. A rope is tied around his neck like a leash, and one of the men has the end of the rope looped tightly around his hand. Posted the pictures on Facebook with the caption, "When you disrespect the nation, it brings nothing but pain and suffering." As soon as Cortez's mother seen the photo online, she quickly called down to the facility, but no one answered. His aunt lived closer to the prison, so she drove to the prison. She notified the prison staff, and they were clueless to what was going on. At the time, they were not aware of the violent attack. He was attacked and beaten at 3 p.m. and the prison guards did not check up on him until 9 p.m. The prison guards had no clue what had happened to Cortez, and when the prison staff found out about the situation, Cortez was separated and put into protective custody, and both of the men standing behind Cortez in the photo were transferred to another prison. The family of Barry sent the photo to the local Augusta radio station, and when the radio station posted the photo on their Facebook page, the post instantly blew up and it brought a lot of heat to the prison, and they were forced to release a statement.
I mean, hell yeah, like, dude, how the fuck did this nigga get beat the fuck up out of at 3 and they didn't even check up with this nigga until 9? That's 6 hours, bro. A beating, a good, putting you to death beating lasts 15 minutes, and they didn't check up for bro until 6 hours later. His ass is lucky to be alive, bro.
Regarding the incident. After
Lucky.
the incident, the 2 prison guards that were on duty during the attack resigned and Barry was transferred to Smith State Prison located in Glenville, Georgia. Smith State is a level 5 high-max prison, which is one of the worst and deadliest facilities.
Okay, so so this nigga done already got a leash tied around his neck. They done dragged his ass down the stairs. He done got beaten, and they gonna transfer his ass to another fucking state prison that's terrible. It's just like, this is the justice system. Damn. I just don't, it doesn't make sense. Like, how do you expect to get contributing members of society out of these people if they're getting shit on in prison? Prison's supposed to be looked at as far as, like, rehabilitation services. And the only thing that you really do over there nowadays is niggas just get beat up on, or they just run the pods like they fucking crazy. Like, if you seen 60 Days In, y'all know how that shit is, bro. And they do that shit on the regular. So I just don't understand how the government's the same people like, don't do this, don't do that, you're gonna be in trouble. But the people that are doing this shit, going to the place that they should learn, like, okay, you don't need to do this, this is how you live your life. They're not fucking get in that shit, they're coming back out and just doing the same stupid shit, bro.
that house the most vicious and savage criminals. Smith State has seen more homicides in the past 5 years than any other in the system. Cortez's mother believes the prison staff sent her son to a more dangerous prison in retaliation to her talking to the media and bringing heat to the prison.
The firing and arrest of the prison's warden is just the latest development in an ongoing investigation that has covered prison contraband, corruption, and even murder. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation announced they'd arrested Brian Adams on charges of racketeering, bribery, false statements, and violation of oath of office. The arrest comes during an investigation of contraband coming into the prison. The prison is also at the center of a 2021 murder investigation. Investigators say suspects, including a Smith State inmate, plan to murder a prison corrections officer to hide the contraband. Instead, they killed one of the officer's neighbors, Bobby Kicklighter.
A Georgia correction officer is dead after an inmate attacked him with a homemade shank. Now the Georgia Department of Corrections
She fine. She is bad as hell. Oh my gosh. She's pretty as
announced
fuck.
today that a correction officer, Robert Clark, was killed at Smith State Prison. They say
Smith
Clark
State
was-
Prison is just, unfortunately, one of the worst ones that we're seeing right now.
Since the start of the year, the Georgia Department of Corrections says there have been at least 5 homicides at this prison alone.
Cortez was finally released from prison May 15, 2020 at the age of 23. But unfortunately, 6 months after his release, Cortez and 2 other men, 18-year-old Kazari Middleton and 18-year-old
Where is this nigga? Nigga, look, man.
Marquise Harris, were creeping one afternoon when they rode past Johnson's Beauty and Barber Salon on Eve Street. Marquise Harris was the driver. He stayed in the car, while Cortez and Kazari walked into
His ass don't know what an iron. He don't know what Iron Maiden is. His ass.
the barbershop, both armed with a .45 and a .38 caliber handgun. At the time, barber Megwell Freeman and his client Wyman Scott were in the shop when Cortez and Kazari attempted to rob both men and ended up shooting both men one time, and the victims instantly died from being shot. The suspects fled. A local witness that called 911 reported that they heard 5 gunshots and watched a silver car that pulled off and was able to provide the license plate number. The car was eventually pulled over with Cortez Berry not inside. Police found a .38 caliber handgun under the seat where Middleton was sitting. The weapon, which had been reported stolen a week before the killings, both Kazari and Marquise were arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of criminal attempt armed robbery, and 2 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. Middleton had a prior arrest history as a juvenile for burglary. His defense attorney asked the judge to consider bond because he held a steady job since he was 15 years old. Middleton was also signed up for the Army and was expected to begin basic training soon, but both suspects were denied bond.
He definitely. I bet you he was like not even trying to be in that shit. That he just randomly rolled with them boys. That's how he gets.
And remain in jail. Cortez had been on the run until he was caught a few months later in January of 2021. He was charged with 2 counts of murder, felony criminal attempt armed robbery, possession of a firearm during a crime, and parole violation. While Middleton and Berry denied any involvement in the killings, Harris told investigators the barbershop robbery was Berry's idea. Harris said he was driving and waiting outside in the car while Berry and Middleton went inside. He heard several gunshots, then Berry and Middleton came out, got into the car, and he drove off. All 3 suspects remain in the Richmond County Jail waiting for trial and sentencing. They possibly all face a sentence of life without the possibility of parole.
Please.
That was a random ass video to fucking watch, but honestly, I mean, I guess that's just a testimony to the justice system, you know? That shit's corrupt as fuck. If they could have easily helped the nigga that got his ass beat, they could have easily just changed that nigga into a better person, but 2 niggas had to lose their life because that guy, I mean, what got done to him was fucking crazy. Getting dragged by your neck by another man down the stairs, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I think that would leave me like permanently like fucked up. Just as far as being an angry person. But hey man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Go tune to the other ones, they pretty good. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. But man, yeah, this is